Thank you so much for coming back to Sarita Talks. I love it when we have a repeat guest, when somebody wants to come back and tell us something. And guess what? It's something totally different from last time. Jessie Kwatamdia, she came on to tell us about being a growth coach and businesses. And then we had a really good conversation about health issues and heart issues and being a woman, and that you used to be on the American Heart Society.
Oh, American Heart Association board, executive board. Yes.
Yes. Now tell us about how this conversation started with me and you in heart health.
Well, in heart health, I can't remember exactly how it started.
I'll tell you how it started. I was worried about you, and I heard that you.
Oh, yes.
That's how it started. So yes,
yes, at the ACA club. Mm-hmm. Yes. You heard that I had a heart issue that happened that I was hospitalized for. So we started talking about that, and I told you how me on this side of the equation now, on the side of the fence, being a patient versus when I was on the executive board for the Heart Association in Kansas for about 5 years.
And let me tell you what's so crazy about this story. What she's leaving out is she was on the board, but was experiencing heart health issues for a long period of time before you actually went to the hospital.
Oh, yes. This is the do not do like Jessie did. I was not.
Do not do like she did. Go ahead.
Do not do. When things doesn't feel right, you're overly tired. Things just not being right. And you know that something's wrong. Do something.
Yeah.
And for me, I'm stubborn. I hate hospitals. I didn't want to go to the hospital. I figured if I just do what I needed to do, take my inhaler, eat healthy. In fact, I even thought about, well, as soon as I can catch my breath, I will go back to walking. Things just kept going downhill.
Okay, and that was so strange to me, and I really wanted to point that out. And this was probably one of the reasons why you did think something was really going on with your heart, is you were an asthmatic. Is that correct?
Yes, yes.
Okay, and a part of the symptoms was a cough. Tell us a little bit about that cough.
Oh, yes. I was coughing all the time, but it's not unusual for me because I'm asthmatic. I have allergic asthma, so people know me by clearing my throat or coughing. So I was having those symptoms, shortness of breath, again, asthmatic. So I was doing all my regular asthma treatments.
Okay, and this whole time you're gasping.
The whole time, I was getting worse and worse and worse. Yeah, gasping for air. I got to where I couldn't even sleep flat. So I had to kind of almost prop to halfway seated position to sleep. And that I coughed through the night. My poor husband has to keep getting up and
he's worried.
Checking. He's worried.
And everyone else is worried but you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I knew it would go away.
Yes. Now, let me tell you, we're talking about heart health. I wouldn't think if I have a cough or I'm gasping for air that has anything to do with my heart. Is that what happened with you?
Yes.
Okay. So then she told me about your daughter. And is she in medicine?
No, she's a social worker. She's one of the ones that said, Mom, you need to go to the doctor. That cough, my mom, that cough. Everybody was talking about the cough.
Yeah.
But I just never went. The moment that I knew that something was very wrong is when I was I went to buy some groceries at Gerb's. And I realized I was so out of breath. I felt like I was going to pass out. And I only picked up one item.
Well, let me tell you, she said, all I could think is I don't want to fall on this dirty floor.
That's all I could think of.
This dirty floor. Not the grocery store with all this traffic. No.
Yes, that and no ambulance. Yeah. If I fell, they'll call 911. The ambulance would come for me. So the vanity over health,
Yeah, that's true. That's so crazy because I had to take my mom. I'm like, man, we got to take you to the doctor. Let me get you something to eat first because I don't want you to be hungry while we wait. And do you want me to help you take a bath? And all my friends later on were like, Why would you do that? And I was like, because I didn't want her to not feel clean and be hungry.
Exactly.
And then, but they're like, no, call. So next time, don't worry about being clean. Don't worry about falling on a dirty floor. You need to call 911. Okay,
Yeah.
so, but you still didn't go to the hospital. You went home that
I
night.
didn't go to the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I still did not go.
Don't do what Jessie did.
No,
okay.
don't follow me. I'm talking today to say do not do what I did.
Right.
Seek help quickly.
Okay, so the cough is continuing. We've left the grocery store.
We've left the grocery store. My husband finally called a friend of ours that's ER doc and said, this is what's happening. And he said, get her to urgent care or the hospital right away.
Okay, now let me tell you what is another amazing thing that happened with this. It was all based on a virus.
Yes.
Isn't that crazy?
Yes.
So now we've got respiratory issues. We're coughing. We're gasping. It's all coming from the heart, and it's started by a virus. All things that blew my mind.
I just remember having the flu.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I had the flu. I seemed to be sick for a while. So when you're asthmatic and you have something like that, it does take you longer to recover.
Yeah.
I'm used to that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm used to all I have to do is just keep doing the regimen, do the steroids, do all that stuff, and you'll be fine.
Okay.
The difference, breathing treatment, the difference with this one is instead of getting better, I was getting worse.
Oh,
but I didn't want to admit I was getting worse. So my check mark of why I'm getting worse is, well, I've gained weight anyway. So as soon as I can breathe, I'll go exercise.
Yeah, but who knows if you would have kept breathing. So now we're in the emergency room. And what are they telling you? Because she thinks she's going home. She says, go ahead and bring me whatever you need to bring me and we can go home.
Yeah. I was thinking because of being asthmatic, I knew, okay, I had the virus. You know, I had the flu. So probably need antibiotic, some kind of infection up there. Probably need that. And also a very good breathing treatment. And I'm out of there. And no antibiotic, no breathing treatment. They're like, we're still running tests and you're staying.
And you're devastated.
And I'm devastated. I looked at my husband and I said, I don't want to stay here.
Oh, what did he say?
He said, you need to be here. Yeah. And then that's when they came in and said, well, a virus attacked your heart. We don't know what the virus is, but your heart is, I think my heart rate at that point was either 140 something.
Oh, no.
And my heart was at 15% function.
And we want 60%.
Yeah. And my lungs were filled with fluid because my heart wasn't pumping right. You know, as I lay there and I was thinking about it, I was just like, rats. I should have acted sooner.
She should have acted sooner.
Yeah. But then, you know, on the flip side, I'm like, well, one of the symptoms of heart disease is denial. I was kind of trying to like, you know, justify why I did. But really the bottom line is because I just really don't like hospital.
Okay. Well, listen, more so than that, I want to kind of circle back to all the people who tried to tell you or try to inquire and let you know. So if you're listening right now and there are several people who are telling you, I think you might need to go to the doctor. This doesn't seem to be getting any better. This is different than usual. If you know that you feel different than usual, go to the hospital. Good. Don't make a doctor's appointment because sometimes about time you got to that breaking point that you're ready to make a doctor's appointment, you're like, oh, okay, next week. You might not have next week promised to you.
Yeah.
You might not. So, so you were making all these excuses. But when she came in today, she's got this beautiful hat on that one of our dear friends made for us, Lisa Driscoll Hawksby. So you were at a meeting with Lisa and you had only walked, what is that, maybe 20 feet?
Yeah.
25 feet?
I was out of breath. I couldn't even speak.
And she saw you at the table, and what did she say?
And she looked at me and said, are you okay? I said, yeah. She's like, do you want me to take over the meeting? I said, please. Because I really could not catch my breath.
And wait. This is weeks before you went to the hospital.
This is weeks before I went to the hospital. You know, I would also say, I'm a business owner. So when you're a solo entrepreneur, what do?
It's all on you.
It's all on you.
It's all on you.
I mean, yeah, you decided to own your own business so that you can have the flexibility, correct? But that same flexibility Now you're using it to justify why you shouldn't go to the doctor. Because I gotta go see, I have clients I have to attend to. I have a presentation I have to do. I have 1 million cups committee meeting I have to, and all those things you're not doing them very well anymore because you are exhausted and don't feel good. But in your head, though, that mindset is, I can do it all. And nobody can tell, but everybody could tell that something was wrong.
Everybody could tell. And here's another, I think we so get stuck in this, if I don't do it, no one else is. And that's in jobs where it's a whole team of people. But when you are the job, like this is my job, I too have fallen victim to not taking care of my own health and well-being because I want to show up and I want to I want to put one foot in front of the other. But Jessie, you wouldn't be able to show up if you wouldn't take care of your health.
Exactly. In fact, I have a story with that because I went to do a presentation. And, at that time, I was already out of the hospital and I had to do my 5 minutes walk, kind of gradually work my way up. And so I'm going to meet with them again, to kind of come back and finish the contract we had. And I thought, nobody can tell that I've had this happen to me. And I felt like I was walking at the same pace I used to walk. And, put my game face on. And I walked in and she, the administrative assistant said, "Are you okay?" And I said, "Yes, I'm doing great. I'm fine." She was
lying.
Yeah.
Lies, all lies.
She said, "Jessie, you're walking awfully slow. You normally have a lot of energy. Are you not feeling well?" That's when I had to kind of look at her and go, "Well, let me tell you. Yeah, this is I'm not okay. And this is," but at that moment, I'm like,
you're calling me out.
You're calling me out because I thought I'm doing okay. Nobody can tell, that whole, preservation thing. And so when I got home, I asked my husband, I said, "Have I," I told him what happened. And he was, "Jessie, you're walking so slow that if I would have told you, you'd have been down." It's like, so keep doing your exercise. Yes, people can tell. Yeah. But keep doing your exercise.
That's right. And keep doing what's right for you. We had a conversation about medications. And a lot of people too, just like you don't want to go to the hospital, they don't want to take a lot of medications. But would you say that the combination of medications that you've been taking for your heart have made a vast improvement?
It has. It has. I keep saying I don't want to go to the hospital. I don't want the hospital, to kind of go, there she goes, the girl that hates hospital. When I was a kid, I heard an incident that happened at the hospital. And I was running a high fever. My parents, were there. They left the room and I took off. I didn't want to be there so bad with everything that was going on that I took off and walked home.
Oh my God, I know they were worried about you. And if you didn't have that fever, you would have been in trouble. Go ahead.
Yeah. So my mom called my husband and said, she has a history of running away from that. So please keep her there. So that's the reason why I don't like hospitals. And I keep saying I don't like hospitals. So.
That's true. But guess what? The hospital saved you.
They saved my life.
Exactly. So we can't not like places that save us.
Yeah.
And you know what?
I can't say enough about Dr. Bostic.
Okay.
And their staff. They did a good they did a good job.
Yeah, that's an excellent hospital. MIZZOU. It's a little bit. Let me tell you this though, and it really is surprising to me because as you were talking about having to slow down, I still see you everywhere. Are you slowing down?
I have slowed down quite a bit.
I felt like that was an Oprah question.
Yeah.
NBC, where are you? I see you everywhere. Are you slowing down? Yeah.
I am slowing down. I have slowed down.
Good.
Because a lot of people don't see me as they used to see me. For the first time, I missed, is it Small Business of the Year award?
Oh, that's true.
I missed a lot of the chamber stuff. So I had to reprioritize my time.
Right.
I had to look at my time and see, and kind of manage it.
Right, right.
It's kind of time management became a huge thing for me. I teach that, by the way, but I had to do that so that I could have enough energy to go through the day.
Yeah.
So like today, I showed up at the committee meeting for 1 million cows, but I knew because I had several meetings I had to cut something out so that I can continue to function.
I'm so glad she didn't cut me out.
No.
Ooh-wee, I don't want to be on the chopping block.
No.
No, let me tell
but
you.
you have to just prioritize to go according to your energy.
Absolutely.
You don't want to, I don't want to wear myself out.
Or suffer burnout, which is another thing with entrepreneurs. But I feel like another thing that probably leads us to that burnout is not taking care of ourselves because we're so dependent on us.
Yes.
Now I want to circle back to 1 million cups. 1 million cups. Usually, I want to say it's all over across the United States.
It is,
and it's on Wednesday mornings, 9 a.m. everywhere, wherever you're at. Ewing Kauffman Foundation.
Yep.
And it is like a networking event. So this is where I really used to see Jessie at all the time. And she used to come in this wonderful building that, I love and cannot get away from to save my life and never want to. And you would always be there and so cheery and so upbeat. So her presence was missed.
Oh, thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. She's one of the people that's a mainstay and that is consistent. But don't let your consistency get you to a point where you won't be here anymore. So even as on the American Heart Association board, you said one of the symptoms is denial. What are the other symptoms?
Well, the shortness of breath, like we were talking about, and every heart disease is different. Mine ended up being heart failure. So I went from normal heart to getting into the hospital with 15% heart function. And today I'm at 35, between 35 and 40. So I'm not 100%. That's why I still get tired. That's why I said I have to manage my time in order to function. As a business owner, I didn't want to completely shut down. But thank goodness to Zoom, so I can do some things on Zoom, and then some I can drive to. So shortness of breath, fatigue as well is.
Because if your heart's not pumping, things are getting deprived. They're not getting the oxygen that they need. So when you're lacking that oxygen, you're not thinking clearly either. Did you have like a cloudy brain or no?
Oh yeah, you do. You do.
And we had somebody come in and give us a thumbs up. I just want to thank you so much for paying attention. And I hope that someone can learn. If you had to leave our audience with something right now, what would it be? What would you tell them?
I would say know your body, listen to your body.
And don't be afraid of the hospital.
And don't be afraid of the hospital. And respect your body. Take care of it.
Absolutely. Jessie Kwatamdia, thanks for coming on. I appreciate you. And I would challenge our audience to find out more about heart health. Whether you're a woman, you're a man, but definitely if you are a woman and you are of an ethnic background, because we are the ones that are most affected by heart disease, correct?
Yes.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in. Jessie, thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Yes, absolutely.